figure out what data pack to buy, what the pricing is, what MBs and GBs are. It's quite complicated. But let's say for a second you get over that. Let's say you come to the phone setup. You have to open the App Store, download a bunch of apps, figure out which apps work for you or not, do this whole trial and error thing, sign into all these services, find the right one for you, and then you get to the sweet spot of the internet. This is a good 15, 20 steps. And as we mentioned, there are still a lot of people on smartphones who don't have data. So if you don't have data, then what? This is even more complicated. So we've been scratching our heads for some time and asking ourselves, what can we do to simplify this entire experience? We really believe that India needs a radical new way to bring the next billion users onto the internet. What if we could take this entire funnel and collapse it into 3 steps? What if we could take this entire complicated experience of coming online, this 15, 20-step process that can be quite complicated and intimidating for a first-time user, and collapse it into 2 or 3, maybe 4 steps? And we think we've done it. And so today I'm extremely excited to announce a brand new product that we're launching called Total, built by Hike. Now, what is Total? In simple terms, Total is Android refined for the next billion users. We have taken all the incredible work that Google has done on Android, and I mean really amazing and incredible work that Google has done with Android. We've taken it, we've added a few things, and we've slightly modified a few things to make the smartphone experience and the data experience much more relevant for the true first-time mobile user and the next billion people in this country. So what have we done? We've done 3 things to make Android more refined for the next billion. First, we've taken all the amazing services that people love on Hike. We've taken the messaging, we've taken the news, we've taken the cricket scores, the horoscopes, rail info, recharge, the wallet, and much, much more. We've taken all of this stuff. And the first thing that we've done is we've stripped it down to make sure that each service is less than 1 MB in size. And we've taken all these services and we've embedded them deeply at the operating system level, on the phone itself, on the operating system itself. The second thing we've done is, to simplify the entire experience, we've made sure that all these services have a single login via the phone number. We've completely streamlined the sign-up experience to all these services by providing one single login via phone number for all these services. And number 3, and we're very excited about this one, we have found a way to make all these services work without data. Messaging, news, cricket scores, wallet, recharge, payments, horoscope, rail info, all these services are deeply embedded, single sign-on, and they all work without data. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to quickly switch to a demo and actually show you how this stuff works. So let's cue the demo on the screen. So we've got a whole setup here right now. And you can see that I've got a phone on me here, on this lamp. And what I'm going to go do is I'm going to turn it on. And this is me buying a brand new phone. It has Total installed on it, preloaded on it. And as I mentioned to you, Total is Android. We've taken Android and we've added a few things, and we've slightly modified a few things. So when you launch the phone for the first time, you see the Android sign-up screen. So I'm going to go and hit Get Started. And we're going to set this up as a brand new device. We're going to skip logging onto the Wi-Fi for now. And this is, since we're building on Android, we have to accept all of Google's terms and conditions. We're going to skip putting a name in for now. And just for this demo, we'll not put a PIN or a password or a phone lock. And once you finish the setup, you go straight into Total. And the highlight here is that all the apps with the star badge, they work without data. Messaging, wallet, recharge, all the services that we talked about, they work without data. So I'm going to hit Next. And you see, we'll land straight on the home screen to re-emphasize the message. And you'll see that the home screen experience is extremely simple. We have a couple of applications that have the star badge on them, as you can see, and some that don't. And we have this whole suite of applications here itself that tell you all the other things you can do without data on this phone. Now, to demo all the stuff on this phone, on the platform, I'm going to switch to another slide so I can get two phones and show you how this works. So let's get the phones up on stage. There we go. That's phone 1, and that's phone 2. So I have two of the same black phones on me here on stage. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to demo some of the experiences to you that we just talked about. So let's unlock the first phone. So let's make sure that I show you the Wi-Fi is off. And you can see the cellular data is turned off. So data is not enabled. And what I'm going to do first is launch the messaging app that you see at the bottom to show you how messaging works without data. I'm going to hit Get Started and set it up. This is the first time experience. I'm going to start a conversation. And you can see we re-emphasize the message that anybody who is already on Hike, you can chat with them without data, free of cost. And the phone next to me is Gulshare, so we'll send a message to Gulshare. And I can say, hey. How are you? And you can see the phone on the left has already received those messages. And again, this is all happening completely without data. So if I open this phone here, and this is another Total device, what I can do is I can respond with a bunch of emojis. Let's have some fun with this. And you'll notice that even emojis goes through, and the speed, it feels like it's as fast as data. And given stickers are so popular on Hike for the mass market in the country, we've also made sure that some of the core Hike stickers actually work on Total without data as well. So you can see that this is all happening without data on both the sides. It just works out of the box. My phone is Total installed, I hit a couple of taps, and it just works out of the box. Now, let me show you some content. Let's go to, let's say, horoscopes. India loves astrology and horoscopes. So I'm going to enter my date of birth, 30th of August, 1987. Hit save. You can see it'll start fetching my prediction for the day. And so we've got my personal life, my professional life. Businesses shall have good sales today. We're off to a good start here, so that's a good thing. Immersion, luck, travel, health, and so on and so forth. Let's switch over and let's find, let's say, Gemini. And again, guys, everything is happening without data. All of this information is being fetched without data. It's pretty powerful. And you can see the speeds are pretty good as well. All right, so we have the first bit coming through. There you go. That's Gemini. Let's show you cricket scores. I believe there's an India-South Africa game going on right now. So let's go to cricket. And there you have it. We're not doing too well as of yesterday, but you can see all the scores are here. All the results from before, all the matches that are coming up, everything is available for you completely without data. Let's also find out some information about trains. I'm going to launch the Rail Info app. And what we'll do is we'll check a live train status, so we'll track a train. And the popular train side hike these days is the Pushpak 12533 Express. And we'll see yesterday's date and track this train. And so we've got the status. Let's see where it is. So it arrived at Bombay 95 minutes late yesterday. Again, all this information is coming completely without data. So we've shown you messaging. We've shown you some of the content. Let's show you some transactions. So let's say I opened up the wallet. And you can see I have $200 lying in my bank account. So I'm going to send some money to Gulsher. I'm just going to type his name in. And let's say I send Gulsher 101 for good luck. Feeling awfully generous today. And so now we're sending this money again completely without data being turned on. You can see money sent to Gulsher, and I immediately got the SMS on this phone with the money inside my wallet. Pretty powerful, right? And if I were to open up, let's say, the wallet and check my transaction history, you can see the $101 is sitting right on top. It's right there. So again, all of this stuff, we've made sure it works completely without data. Now, as you can see, we're targeting at a very different market with this product. And so the big question that we asked was, okay, fine, transactions are a great thing, but if you want to bring money into the device, into the wallet, what do you do? And so what we've done is we've taken all the incredible work that the government's been doing with UPI. And we've also made adding money into the wallet via UPI work completely without data. So I'm going to show that to you. I'm going to add 50 rupees to my wallet by UPI. And so a dual SIM, so I'm going to choose a SIM that has the bank account linked to it. It's the Vodafone SIM. And when you're doing UPI, it's going to verify your phone number, all happening without data. It's going to start processing my payment now again, happening all without data. And let me enter my UPI PIN. And I get the SMS that gives me the comfort that the money's been debited. It's been taken out of my account and put in the wallet. As you can see, the whole UPI reference number, the time stamp, everything is inside the SMS. And just in a second, you'll see the UI reflect to see that my money was added to my wallet. Again, all this stuff is completely happening without data. So that's total. And we're extremely excited about, can we get the next screen, guys? We have 3 key tentpoles to total. We have all these lightweight services that we've deeply embedded at the operating system level. We've got single login, single sign-in via the phone number for all these services, completely streamlining the experience. And all of these services work without data. And you've seen it is a smartphone experience working without data. So you're probably wondering, how are we doing this? How is all this stuff working without data? And one of the things that we've been doing for the last 12 months is figuring out, as I mentioned in the video, how to lower the cost of access for the mass market. So we built something brand new that we call UTP. And as you can see, it works like magic. UTP is behind the scenes, making all this stuff work without data. UTP stands for Universal Transfer Protocol. Effectively, what we've done is we've taken USSD and we've completely supercharged it. For those of you who don't know what USSD is, if you've ever taken a phone and you've dialed one of those hash codes, *121 hash, *123 hash, you get this very funny looking pop-up that comes up. This is USSD. And today we have over 300 million users in the country who use USSD on a monthly basis to recharge their phones, to check their balances, and much more. And get this, 45% of these users are on smartphones. This was a shock for us. But think about it, if you have 200 million real internet customers and about 400 million smartphone users, those 200 million people who are not on the internet are most likely using USSD. So we've taken this funny interface, and with UTP, we've completely transformed the way this protocol works into a rich smartphone experience. So UTTP, we're supercharging USSD, and we've done 4 things to make this happen. Number 1, we've done smart compression to ensure that you get better speeds on USSD. As you saw from the demo, the speeds were pretty good. The USSD pipes are not very fat pipes. They're very low bandwidth pipes. So we've done some incredible amount of compression on the protocol. Second is, we made the transmission on USSD much more reliable and much more accurate. You can send streams of data back and forth on USSD. Third is, USSD is quite secure itself, but we've done some special encoding on top of USSD itself to ensure that all the services and transactions that are happening are even more secure. And fourth, as you can see, we brought a stunning smartphone experience on top of USSD. I think that's the most important thing. And you guessed it, we have patented this. We are the only ones doing this globally in the world. We're the first people to go and do this. We think this is a very, very big deal. No one is trying to use a technology such as USSD like the way we are. And we really believe it has a tremendous amount of potential. Lightweight services, single login, works without data. That is Solar. So effectively, we have collapsed that 15, 20-step funnel into just 3 steps. If you buy a phone, if it has total inside of it, you're good to go literally from the get-go. Buy a phone, turn it on, tap a few times, and boom. All the services, messaging, news, recharge, payments, everything is completely ready to go, and it works without data. How awesome is that? Now, our goal is very simple. How do we bring the next billion people online? As I mentioned, you have about 200 million people who are using the internet on a daily active basis, but there's still a billion people who are yet to fully come online. Online, here, is the key word. Now, what I've shown you so far is pretty impressive. It's very, very impressive. We get all these services to work with our data deeply embedded at the operating system level. But that's not the internet. What we've shown you right now is not data, is not people coming online. Online, at the end of the day, is equal to data. To get a billion people online, you have to get a billion people onto data. So there's one more thing that I'd like to show you. Let's cue the demo again. So I'm back to my phones, and you can see on both these phones, again, my data's off. And, what if we've shown you text, we've shown you emojis, stickers, content, transactions. But what if I want to deal with richer media? What if I'd like to send a photo? So let's say I open the messaging app. And let's say I take a nice selfie of myself, and I send it. You'll immediately see the photo has a small banner that says, tap to send. So if I tap on it, it'll say, hey, you need data to send this attachment. And there's a big blue buy data button on the bottom right. What does that do? So let's tap on it. And you will see that we've worked extremely hard with multiple telecom partners to bring data upsell deeply at the operating system level itself. starting as low as 1 rupee. You can buy data from the operating system itself. And we worked very, very hard with our partners to bring customized special data packs for total devices, starting as low as 1 rupee. So you can see I can scroll through all these data packs. And one of the things we're trying to do is we'd like to try as hard as possible to make data a bit more tangible. So you can see what we do is we take our best guess at converting 20 MB into 100 photos, approximately 5 songs, approximately 4 minutes of video. And if you go to 60 MB, that becomes 300 photos. So you kind of get a sense of how much an MB is. So let's say I go buy this 1 rupee data pack and my wallet is flushed with funds. And again, this entire experience, by the way, is happening completely without data for now. And let's say I buy this data pack, the 1 rupee data pack, the special total data pack that we have. It's confirming the payment. Nope. Let's try that again. Okay, I'm going to shift devices. I'm going to try doing the same thing on the left device. So let's send a photo over here. We'll take a quick photo, send it. You get the same experience. I'm going to hit tap to send. Buy data. And we'll buy this 1 rupee pack. Plenty of money in my wallet. Let's try making this payment. Fingers crossed. Bummer. Let's try a different data pack. Good shot. Just give us 1 sec to figure this out. So let's try that one last time.
Recharging the feeling.
Try it 4 times. कुछ हो रहा है? Deployment किया? Can we try that phone? Okay, not to worry. We're going to have someone to look in this. We'll come back to it later. So let's switch out the demos. Let's go back to the keynote. And let's have the team look into this and see why it's not working. So the simple idea that we have over here is that total data packs are data packs available contextually inside the operating system itself. If you're not on data and you send a photo, it'll pop up saying, hey, do you want to buy data? If you're browsing news and it's only a text-only version and you want to see photos, it'll pop up saying, hey, do you want to buy data? And the idea is, how do we get people to understand what data means at the mass market? Because people do want services. They do want value. They don't necessarily understand MBs and GBs. And what's amazing is that we have data packs starting as low as 1 rupee on total devices. Now, how do we compare total data pack pricing to the market? We have worked extremely hard to get some very good pricing on these devices for the mass market users. So if you look at our 20 MB packs, the market is at 4 rupees. Total is at 1. It's over 50% cheaper than the market. Our 60 MB packs, the market's at 9 rupees. We're at 3 rupees. The 100 MB pack, 17 versus 5. And to give you an idea, the 200 MB pack, 27 versus 9 rupees. These are some fantastic data prices in the market, available only on total devices. And this is extremely important because we have to ensure that we can lower the cost of trying this thing called data out. And the goal, of course, is to get total users to use more and more data and upsell through the packs along the way. So, total built by Hike. We have lightweight services under 1 MB that are deeply embedded at the operating system. We have a single login via the phone number that makes the entire experience absolutely seamless. All of this stuff works out of the box without data. And we also have some fantastic total data packs built in, starting as low as 1 rupee, to upsell people to this idea of data.